So on with Nissan Juke today. We have got handbrake shoes. I don't know if this side's just as bad. No, that one's not bad. Well, the handbrake is fully applied here. So yeah, that's fucked. So it's got inboard shoes in the side of this. Crappy idea, hate it, but this is what we're dealing with. This is what we're going to get sorted today. So we need to strip this down to get to the handbrake shoes. So first off, 2 14mm on the caliper. That's slide pins. That's caliper off. I'm going to remove our carrier, so those 2 bolts there. Our carrier bolts coming out, 2 17mm on that. That's what you can see inside. This is your handbrake mechanism. So I'm going to get this stripped down. I always do one side at a time. Reason being, you strip this one down. If you ever forget where any of it goes, when you're building back up, you can refer to the other side, because that is exactly how it should be. So we're going to get all the springs and everything off this one and get it out. 2 tools, I'm doing handbrake shoes, little screwdriver, big pick, little pick, just so you can get in on the springs and lever them off. As I'm stripped down, another little tip is when you take them off and leave them in place like that, you know exactly where everything goes there. So we've got our new pick here and our shoes as well. Got our new pins in, and then this is our rear shoe. You can see it sits on there, down the bottom. So what we have to do is to get that, which is our arm, it connects to our cable. You see there, that sits in there. Normally these have a circlip or something on, but these ones don't. So we're going to get that up into position. We're going to get our pin in, and that'll hold that in position for us while we get the other side and then mess around with our springs. That is one in, a bit fiddly to do. So we have to get the screwdriver behind to hold that pin in place there, while holding the arm in, and then getting that spring clip in. But what we've got to help us is we've got an old screwdriver, just cut a little slit, and you can get proper tools for this, but we just got a little slit and it works perfectly. You get it in there, you just twist it, it locks into place. I'll show you. So it's slitted like that. Essentially it goes in, and when you twist it, that's when it locks in. We've held on by the pins now. This just gives us, just holds these in place so we can fuck around getting our springs on, because they can be a bit awkward. So we're going to get our adjuster in the bottom, which is there. We're going to get that off, cleaned up or greased. Get that in the bottom, and we can worry about getting the 2 top springs and that bottom spring. Our top one's in there. You can see in the back there, you just slot it into its slot. You need to make sure this pin here gets into that groove there, as if any eagle-eyed viewers saw before, that one actually in, it'd come out, but it is in now. And then that one, that way around. You remember there is 2 different types of spring, one with a longer one with a short one, and it's a case of literally getting your hook and just manhandle them into the position you want so they hook over. So we're going to get our bottom one. We have our bottom spring on and adjust it. Top, that is all built back up. So we're just going to clean them off a little bit from any contamination we've got, because you don't want them contaminated. Then we're going to go give them a clean up. On the inside of the car, because we need to release the handbrake cable, release all the tension off the handbrake cable, because obviously we're going to set this from fresh. So I like to get it all set up, release the handbrake cable, so I know there's no tension on the cable, and then I can get the disc lifted on, set the handbrake shoes, then I can come back and set the tension on the cable to obviously allow for any stretch of the cables or anything. So on this, it's just this little trim here, slides of it, you just pop it off, just a couple of clips. And down in that, you can see our little 10mm knot, which I've already spun off. These are one of the more awkward ones. Basically, need a little 1/4 inch ratchet extension, little wobbly bit, deep socket. Pull the handbrake up, that'll allow you to access it. So if you put it down, you can't see anything. So we're now going to get the outside finished off, then we can come back in here and adjust it once we've adjusted the shoes. But that was a bit of a pain. So what I didn't show you is you get a die grinder on the inside and you take off the lip. Obviously, the handbrake shoes only cover that area, so you get rust build up, a lip of rust there and a lip of rust there. So you always clean them off. I didn't clean it off enough the first time I tried to put it on, couldn't get it on. Went back, cleaned it off, and it slid straight on. So what we're doing now is through this hole, you'll be able to get onto the adjuster screw. What we're doing now is we're going to adjust it right up until it locks solid, and then we'll back it off 1 or 2 clicks, and it should just be free to rotate, but just about skimming. So we're going to do that. That's me in there, and I'm just flicking it down to set the tension. That is it adjusted up. Don't forget to get your little rubber bung in. Get this all built back up. We jump on the other side. The other side done as well. And I'm that confident I've got them bang on. I've even put wheels on before I've just the handbrake cable. So now we're going to go adjust the handbrake cable. As you can see there, there's a right sort of funny angles to get to it. There might be a better way of getting to this nut, but this is the way I'm doing it. So we've got that set there. That's 6 clicks, that's nice and tight. So anything between 5 and 7 is pretty bang on, to be honest. So we're on that. That's the wheel. We are locked on. So we're going to get this on the floor, test it on the floor. We'll test on it. If you can see that. See the car dipping. Handbrake's on. I'm just trying to drive forward. Handbrake is locking mint. So that is that done. All solid. Ready to do some freaking handbrake turns. Now I am fluffing off home because the freaking, it's getting late. Well, it's freaking, what is it, 8:30. Freaking sun's gonna set in a minute. That is that, done. Catch you later.